What's up, internet? It's Sunny again, and I have changed locations again. I realized that being in my room is not the best option because you can hear everything from the road right outside my window. So, changing again. Anyways, this is going to be about Evergreen State College again, the sequel to Evergreen State College. I'm embarrassed. No longer embarrassed anymore. I realized that they're just a bunch of kooks who are, I don't know, not ready for the real world. I realized that there was some type of public meeting or public, I guess, thing that they did on July 12th. I watched the whole thing, and not only is this still continuing, but it's getting worse at Evergreen State College. Yes, it's not as much of an anarcho type of environment. Again, it's calmed down as far as that is concerned, but they're still making demands and they're making moves in the background on behalf of the students without even notifying any of the faculty or staff. It's just the board of trustees and the president making these moves on the students' behalf and their demands. I had huge issues with this. Me being Black, I grew up in East Texas, okay? So if any of my friends from school are watching this and you're white, there is a lot of racists where I grew up. It's just a fact of life. If you didn't realize it, it's because you're not racist and, you know, you don't really realize it, but I dealt with racism on the daily. Me growing up in that type of environment, and then you have super ultra liberal state college called Evergreen, and they're a liberal arts college, so they're very left leaning. They're very, very, open borders, I guess you could say. Everyone is included. Everyone is, they're super, I guess, saturated with having everyone equal, and yet they still found racism somehow. I watched people give their, statements to the board of directors or whatever it is that they were talking to. The first one that got my attention was one of the first speakers. Her name was Alisa Goss. And she started off by, saying that she's a former student and she was a leader of this group, and now she is president or director of some group that does reproductive rights, basically abortion. So you can see what type of person she is. She's very far left leaning, and she had those crocodile tears were not going to get past me. She was fake crying during that thing. She's like, I went to Evergreen State College. I mean, really? You don't have to fake cry. You don't have to fake cry. Not a single tear was shed. She tried to wipe away those fake tears before they fell down her face, but there were no tears. One of her first statements was, I'm queer. They're so obsessed with their labels, and I don't like whenever I go to a party and they're like, oh, tell us about yourself. Well, I am a queer, disabled Black person. I don't do that. No one does that. And she was appalled that people were, I guess, not giving in to the students' demands. I mean, well, they are, but she said that we should give in to their demands and make sure that they are accommodated. And what got me is that these were not suggestions. These are not requests on behalf of the students. She said demands. As a student, you do not have a right to give demands to anybody of authority. That should be the other way around. We demand that you do this homework. We demand that you do this project. We demand that you do this research paper. It don't work the other way around, but yet, here's Evergreen State College giving in to these demands. Ridiculous. It's wild. Also, she wanted to make sure that the protesters were protected. And now, if you've seen the footage of these protests, they're not exactly protests. They are violent. And they're literally people walking around the campus with bats and sticks and other things like that, intimidating other students to stand in line and, get with the times. This is this literally blew my mind. They want to protect these thugs. I mean, you've seen the pictures. They're literally running around the campus wearing all black, and it's like a mob mentality. It's ridiculous. Another person that came up to share the mic was a lady named Shelly, and they gave them 3 minutes to talk, and she basically called for Brett Weinstein's job, just like without even saying it. But she literally said Brett is wrong and he shouldn't be working here, is basically the gist of what she said. He's sitting like right behind her while she's sitting there, or standing there on the microphone. The faculty is stupid too, y'all. So it's not just the students, it's the faculty, it's the staff, it's pretty much everybody are going insane at Evergreen State College. It is amazing to see. It's very fascinating. Another one that came up to the microphone, his name is Zoltan. That's a really cool name, by the way. I like that name. He said that the far right is targeting liberal arts colleges. Are they really? Because there was literally no media coverage of Evergreen State College going on. It's basically what we see on YouTube, and it's unedited footage of the events that have transpired over time. The media is not touching this because it will make liberals look bad. That's the reason why no one has heard of this except for people in the know on YouTube and alternative media. The media won't touch this with a 10-foot pole. Yeah, they may mention something, but they're not going to show the nitty-gritty of, mobs intimidating students and, making lists of demands that say you have to, have this group and that group and all this other stuff. They're not going to touch that. They're not going to show it. So, yeah, far right is targeting liberal arts colleges. Okay, you're doing that to yourselves. And he also stated that a far right person threatened to shoot up the school, which that did happen, but do we really know if it was a far right person? It could have been. It definitely could have been, but there is no way of knowing who this person was, if they are far right or not. The only clue that we have is that he called them communists. There is no way of knowing, at least from the research that I tried to find who this person was. We have no way of knowing if it was a far right person. And the most astounding thing to me that Zoltan said was that identity politics is not something that's a negative thing. It's basically unifying students into, getting people together. And that is the farthest thing from the truth. It is, see what identity politics is cancer. It spreads and it causes division. Case in point, Evergreen State College. I mean, how can you miss? I mean, you're sitting here having this discussion about how the events that transpired and what needs to happen and what you think should happen and all this other things, and you're saying that identity politics is bringing people together, it's unifying? You see how stupid that sounds, Zoltan? There were two people that had some sense and brought some things to the table that were, critical of the events that transpired at Evergreen State College. I don't know her name, but there was a white chick her name was Mackenzie. Hello, Mackenzie, if you're watching. She showed that she was intimidated at the campus simply for being white. She said that she wanted to bring something about race to the table, but they wouldn't let her because she's white. She doesn't have a say in this. She's not a person of color or a person of, oppression, I guess. She doesn't have enough oppression points. So she needs to become, disabled or some type of queer or something so that she can get some oppression points. Mackenzie, that's what you need to do. Say that you are Native American inherited or something like that. They'll probably let you speak, okay? And this also goes to show that white people, regardless of how you feel about whites, experiencing racism, she is being discriminated against because of her skin color, which by definition is racism. By definition, not your crazy, changed up, whatever definition of racism that you have made up in your head about having power and all of that crap. she's actually being discriminated against because of her skin color. Therefore, that is racism. White people have not experienced racism almost ever, but that is changing. They are experiencing racism now, and it's not a good thing. It's not a good thing. And of course, the man of the hour, Brett Weinstein, also spoke at the event. He showed the just gross, just astounding negligence that the faculty and the board of directors, whoever, have shown towards the students and towards the faculty and staff. They have changed rules. They are literally changing the code of conduct because students, when this event happened, violated the code of conduct. And they are going to change the code of conduct to make sure that those students who broke the code of conduct before are not punished. Now, if that doesn't show that you have a spine, like your spine, if you do have one, Evergreen State faculty, staff, and administration is made of Jell-O, and not the good Jell-O where it's, firm and, it's like the one where you didn't let it cool enough and it's still really watery. That's the spine that you have. So these students who were, basically made that campus an anarchist, playground, doxed people, they followed people, they threatened people, they tried to kidnap people, they stalked them, they did all types of things that are super illegal, and yet they got away with it. If my parents knew that I was going to this college, they would flip their lid and tell me to leave. And if I were to engage in the activities that some of these students did, my dad is a really relaxed type of guy. He doesn't like confrontation. He's a very non-confrontational type of guy. My mom, on the other hand, she would let me know what's up. But my dad, I think that he would have told me what's up just because of this going on. So I know you watch my videos, Daddy. Hi.
You are my dad. You're my dad. Wookie, wookie, wookie.
Evergreen State College. I don't understand your way of handling the situation. It's very wrong. You should really get your act together, and I really think that the campus should be shut down for good because it's gotten to a point to where it's just not able to, with the faculty that's there, it's not able to control itself. It's going to implode from the inside because you're giving in to students' demands. And again, students don't make demands. You make demands of the students. If they want a quality education, they're going to have to do what they're told and do the work, and that'll be that. So I think Evergreen State College right now is doomed. Their enrollment rate has plummeted, and they're going to see the end, I would say, in less than 5 years. They will be shut down because the funding will stop, students will stop enrolling, and it's not going to die down if they keep this up. So that's it. That is my video. Like, subscribe, and comment your thoughts on that whole panel. I'll link it down below. I would definitely give it a watch and yeah, just react to it and let me know what you think. So have a great day. I'll go do the same. Bye.